Hello and welcome to the morning meeting, building Jomboy Media. My name is Jimmy O'Brien, and in 2017, I turned a hobby into a comedy. Matty is head of blah and blah. Very important role, title I can never remember.
Flag guy.
Flag guy. I'm anti-titles. Some music for the people that were listening live on AMP as we were setting up.
Mm-hmm.
What playlist do you get those from?
Morning by Jomboy on Spotify.
They were every song that I opened morning with when it was daily. I should start adding more recent songs I like to it if you're going to continue to use it, which I do like that you use. And if you're just watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast app, you don't know what songs we're just playing because of copyright.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Turnpike Troubadours, which are
Diamonds and Gasoline.
Yeah, Diamonds and Gasoline from their second album, I think. Or they're very popular, but then the lead singer, Evan... he had to overcome addiction. I think they're coming back. I don't know if new material. They're awesome. I really like Turnpike Troubadours. A lot of people do. They're like a cult favorite. And then that second song is a sad one. Texas, Nowhere, Texas, or some. Do you know the band name?
No.
It's like a town. Just you got Good Night, Texas, not Nowhere, Texas, which is a town that like the lead singer's Good Night was like equidistant from them, and that's where they would meet up and play or something like that. But that song is sad.
Trapped in a coal mine.
You didn't even realize how sad it was you were listening to it. It's one of those songs that's upbeat, but sad.
Mm.
I just used that as an example to Kaity of how to like talk to kids.
Speak upbeat, but it's sad.
No, if you have to like tell them no, like you can, like if someone's eating on the couch and getting crumbs all over the couch, don't be like, no, 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 no. Just be like, what are you doing? Come on, silly, don't get crumbs on the couch.
Yeah.
And the tone is happy, so they don't feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of making that, but it's like they get the point. And I was using that as an example. I like songs like that are like sad, but they're singing it happy, and you're like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
The Format had one of those back in the early 2000s. It was like about suicide, like Kick the Rope. I think the Kings of Leon has one also about kicking the bucket. You kick the bucket and I'll swing my legs. Always remember the time that we had. Dip, 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 dip.
Well, isn't that song that's like, gotta outrun my gun or something like that?
That's about all the other kids with the pumped up kicks. That was like one of those songs that was mocking the people that then became the fan of the song. So they were like mocking hipsters.
Hipsters.
And then it became like a hipster song. Same with You Gotta Fight for Your Right. That song was like mocking the party bro culture.
Right.
They were like taking a shit on them, like, you gotta fight for your... But then it became the anthem of those people.
Right.
Or like Born in the USA by Springsteen. It's anti-USA song about like Vietnam War. It's like anti, but then people didn't listen to the verses.
Yeah.
And they used it. Did Reagan use it as his campaign and Bruce Springsteen didn't like that?
Oh.
Was it Trump?
I don't know.
Born down in a dead man's town. First kick I took is when I hit the ground.
Do you think the YouTube SEO
probably copyright that? Yeah.
is gonna...
I look like a dog that been beat too much.
No, because you said Trump and Reagan.
Spend half your
we're
life
gonna get a new audience?
just covering. Yeah, whole new audience.
Trump.
Wow. Did you
See
get
what
arrested?
happens.
I don't care. I have all those words muted on my time. On the places I get news from, or the places I hang out, which is like Twitter, Reddit. If I want to go seek out and find out, which I do, I like being informed. I'll go to other places. I don't let that stuff come to me.
No.
Which is like people should do that more. Use the features. Like my mom, I love my mom, but she kind of lets all that come to her, and I think it just boils up. Right. Like when if I hear that and I want to go find out what's happening in the political world, I'll make sure that I'm in the right headspace to go find it on my own from people I like. I don't let other people or other things come to me in the middle of the day. I'm scrolling through Twitter during the World Baseball Classic, and all of a sudden I'm getting this. Like all those words are muted.
Hence why you're on the following thing, not for you.
For you. Yeah, that's why I like Twitter, because you curate the news you read. And it can be bad. You can put yourself into a bubble. But then if you're aware of that and go find other voices on your own, which I do, whatever. Okay, that was music.
Well, that was some.
That was the music section of the show, which you got to listen live on AMP because Matty plays those songs as we set up. I'm going to open AMP. It sounds good. Are we doing it the old way, like through the Roadcaster?
This is the old way, and nobody's saying that it sounds like there's Machine Gun in the background.
Music with Chubbs.
Music with Chubbs.
Damn. All right, I got the chat open now.
It's been a little while since we've done the old way in this room.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good to me. I like it.
Yeah.
World Baseball Classic ended last night, which was awesome. And I'm going to talk about it on Talkin Baseball and other forums, so I won't go into the gameplay.
Not the gameplay.
Yeah, but it was really good. It goes hand in hand with the next topic I put on the list, which was like a role switch that we just did at the company here, because it allowed me to cover the game how I used to cover games and make breakdowns at night. And I'm tired right now because I have to change my schedule to adhere to this where I don't have to wake up as early. Like I'm going to start taking, when the season starts, I'm going to start taking the 8:14 train in. I don't know what that does for morning. I think we'll find time for it. It just might not be recorded in the morning anymore.
Thursday warehouse too.
Yeah, we'll still find time. But I think I have to start taking the 8:14 train and become like a regular commuter.
Yeah.
No more waking up at 5 a.m. and getting here as early as I can, because I'm going to go back to doing, after James and Kaity go to sleep, working until 12:30 every night. I came to bed.
Sounds like a lot of easy races for me.
Yeah, you're going to win now.
Nice.
Maybe I'll text you and be like, you still up? And that's my race.
Last night I beat you too.
What time you were up to?
1:45.
Why?
I had to edit Farm to Fame.
It's too long, Matty. We gotta pass some of that stuff off your plate.
I kind of did it to myself because I wanted to watch the World Baseball Classics, and then I could have done it during that time, but
yeah, okay. Well, that's late, and then you're up early. You should sleep more.
Wow.
Sleep's very important. I don't get 8 hours. I'll get that when, I don't know, at some point. But I definitely need, obviously everyone needs sleep. When I was waking up at 5 a.m., I was going to sleep at 8. I was getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
So this is a little less than I'm going to get, but it's so much nicer. I've just found so much joy in covering the World Baseball Classic games and making breakdowns and posting them in the moment. And the results have been there. And after Blitzball Battle 3 filmed, which was 2 weeks ago, and that was where I don't think it's going to bleed through into the gameplay for me and Team Baggage and our presence on the mic, but it was, I don't know, really, and not Blitzball Battle wise, just the rest of the company wise was incredibly stressful, and I was in it pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Really bad. And I was fuck, we can't do this again. I can't do that. So anyway, and a lot of this has been happening under the current anyway, but we officially announced to the whole company that my sister Courtney, who's been head of sales here and helping me with the business stuff a ton, is moving to COO, operations, taking care of the whole business, making sure we're aligned and doing things right, and she's going to be more of the go-to for meetings of that, not content. I'm moving to CCO, Creative Content Officer. Jake is CTO. He's talent and people. I'm creative and content, and Courtney's business. And that's the switch we've made. And yeah, 6 days in, it's nuts. Have you seen any of the graphs I want me to show you? Since I pivoted to the freedom. Views,
what were we talking?
Views,
graphs?
Revenue, subscribers.
Nice. Well, I mean, it was great timing because you got the World Baseball Classic stuff in.
Great timing because I was doing it really for the start of the year. Do you want to swipe so it's views, subscribers, estimated revenue in the last 6 days since I switched. I also have my Twitter analytics and all that, but it's been crazy. What's up, Joez? Yeah, we didn't put the light on. That's our bad.
Thanks, Joez.
Demerit for me for not putting the recording light on. Joez just put it on for us.
I bought a new memory card.
Did we lose all the Gaga stuff? No. We didn't lose all the Gaga stuff.
I did copy the information on the second memory card that you had to the new one, just in case
Oh.
anything ever happens.
Nice. Smart.
I just thought about that. That's like the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like nightmare.
Okay. Good update. So the Gagas are saved for now.
I can't believe people used to go through this.
Yeah.
Used to go through this as like a.
Joe started doing another gaming with Panic yesterday. Is that public? It is now.
Yeah.
And tried to use the same memory card. And it corrupted all the files. It was pretty scary.
Just the NFL file.
Damn.
But I was able to save on the new one.
Nice. Aren't those graphs crazy?
Yeah. Hopefully it just keeps going.
I mean, I've been posting 2 a day, and they're big moments, like the Trey Turner home run and the Ohtani one. Those are like global, although global views don't matter that much. It's mostly U.S. views. But this is just YouTube. Like Twitter's been crazy too.
But it's the bag or the jersey, the baggy jersey hit 1 million on YouTube.
It did on YouTube?
Pretty sure. And what was the one right before it? The ump that called the strike way out.
Yeah.
That one's up there too.
Yeah.
That hit 1 million, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't know they both hit 1 million.
Oh, the other one hit 1 million.
Baggy and ump are both at 1 million right
Last night, ump was like 975.
I didn't realize that. It's pretty big. That's cool.
And
Non-MLB breakdowns to hit 1 million that quickly. I mean, that's within a week, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. But the bigger point is I've really enjoyed it. And I talked about this in that interview that got posted on Cracked, which was a kind of a scary interview when I saw the publication because I didn't realize it was like and I kind of did. I did prep, but then I forgot that when I was talking to him, I forgot that that's the style of it was like transcript of our conversation.
Oh.
Not like he picks and choose. Like when I did the Boone announcement with Marchand, like I had talked for 20 minutes, but he chose like 3 sentences. It's usually how it goes. But it's just like straight transcript of everything I said. I'm like, oh man. But it was fine. It was good. But I'm just like so laid back and casual that I'm always like scared of what I'm going to say when it's in print.
What? Whatever works for them. If they're just going to write the transcript, just put it in a video. I would watch a video. I'm not going to read that.
Sometimes I like reading those. They cleaned it up a little bit, but like I do run on sentences and you're talking, you're not writing. So it's, yeah. But it was good. But in that Cracked interview, I talked about how last year with going from 15 to 60 employees and building the warehouse and getting that off its feet and all those videos and hiring and managing and then having a baby that like I had to work a more 9-to-5 schedule and it was really tough to find time to do everything. And then I was less output on breakdowns, which this is the point that I wanted to get to, which meant that when I did make them, I spent a lot of time on them to make sure they were quality because I knew people were complaining about the quantity dipping. So I wanted to at least say, well, the quality's higher. So they were like really storytelling and getting all sides and everything. And it's been really nice to do these World Baseball Classic ones, which are just more like, check out this that happened.
Yep.
And there's some analysis, but mostly it's like emotional analysis and humor and stuff like that, which I want to do both, which they used to be like a big mixture. So it's been awesome. I've been excited. Even just like doing some live tweets, like the Purdue sadness tweet that I did. Like that's not an ad or monetizable, but I think that did really well too.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed your will they talk about the game tweets.
Yeah, that gets me in trouble. It's part of our whole mantra is don't burn a bridge that you have that hasn't been built yet, and I definitely am burning a bridge there with Fox or Smoltz or someone. But I get really mad about that, like I don't know, like gatekeeping mad about broadcast, which is dumb and it's like embarrassing. And if like, some people are in their sides like, dude, you're too mad about this, and I agree, but I can't help it. I know Jake gets really annoyed by certain broadcasters, the same one, like to a level like where it's not like, it's like, fuck, dude, this is really bad for growing the sport.
Yeah, I mean, we could tell I'm bad at listening to things because I didn't realize that song was sad for a while.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really inputting much of what they were saying, just kind of there. And then when I heard you speak and basically commentated kind of how it should be, I was like, oh, this like makes
they
a
were
big
just
difference.
they were just reading notes.
Oh, one count. Back to the notes.
Back to a note.
One
They
more.
weren't having a conversation.
Yeah.
They weren't talking about the game at all.
Yeah.
And 0-2. And then in his first 3 games, he had a 3.3 ERA, and the first batter, blah, 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 2-0. It was once I saw it,
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's usually that bad. I don't know. It was awful. I didn't like it at all. But people don't like when people just complain, and I was just complaining, so I had to stop. Because I could have done the whole game.
Yeah.
But the ending was awesome. I can't believe they got that ending. Trout, Ohtani.
Was there ever an outcome where you don't make a breakdown?
Blowout.
No. Of that at bat.
No.
Ground out on the first pitch. Breakdown?
No. It would have had to be Ohtani close. Would have done Ohtani closes the World Baseball Classic. Ohtani comes out of the bullpen to close and I would have done the whole inning and the double play and the walk and all 3 at bats if it was a first pitch ground out, which I was like prepping in live time.
Right.
So I recorded the first 2 at bats and then I dumped them onto the computer like real quick, hot swapped a new hard drive, started recording the Trout at bat, and then when that at bat got to 3-2, I was like, nah, it's just this at bat. And the fastballs and that last slider, that was just that. So yeah, that's been cool. I hope I can keep it up. Like I said, I have to change my morning schedule so I can get a little more sleep. Because you have to do them at night. It's like once I wake up in the morning and then you're not in that moment, I think my voice changes, my like desire to get it out like super quick. It's like if I miss that first window on these ones, right, that are just kind of reactions to the game. If you miss that first window, then I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
It needs to be something like big, the lip reading or a brawl or ejection that you have to spend time on. Mm-hmm. But so that's the change what we've made internally that I'm very excited about. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I think it's going to be good moving forward as well. Courtney's great at everything she does, so all around good stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. Just to have like direction and really just to be able to walk freely. Like yesterday I came and I made a breakdown or 2 in the office. And Monday I came in. I didn't get here crazy early on Monday, but I set up in this room and I made 4 or 3.
2 crickets.
Yeah, I had those edited over the weekend, but I voiced them and did the post edit.
And you made it small to get away of copyright? Is that why it looked like that?
Yeah. I have to put my face in it and make it not full screen. So it's a little harder. But it works. And that one, and then the cricket didn't break through on YouTube. I think we've had one cricket one breakthrough.
I feel like it's 1.5. One did like 600 and another one got to like maybe 2 or 3, but...
So one's at 200. The New Zealand big ending, and then Ashwin Toys with Marnus, that's at 200 as well, 213.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so those are both pretty good. And then Steve Smith gives Bowler thumbs up. That's at 600, and so that did good. That's 600,000. Mm-hmm. So we're growing there. It's still like early. I mean, I like when people doubt it because it's like, well, I mean, when I did baseball ones, they didn't grow right away, and no one knows me in that world. But on Twitter, we've had some go big. Like, did you see how big the one on Twitter went?
I don't look at the Twitter numbers.
Oh, it totally crossed into like Pakistan cricket world. A player in the video retweeted it.
Billings, this?
Yeah, Sam Billings said this is sensational. He retweeted it. 760,000 views on Twitter, 546 retweets.
Nice.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That was the first one that, like, I think, or maybe the Steve Smith one did well on Twitter as well. But it's cool to see that's such a different community that has no idea who I are. So it's kind of cool to see that, like, I can lend that style to this sport and they like it as well. And I really enjoy that sport. So
yeah. Speaking of that sport,
Yeah.
shout out to Paxton. Good
Yeah.
job.
She hosted.
Did you watch it? I know you tweeted the thing, but
I watched all of it besides like the last couple rounds.
nice.
Yeah. I think I want to talk about it on the next Things You Missed as a little segment because there's a team. I'm a fan of a team. I don't love the team name that I'm a fan of, but they got all the players I like.
Okay.
And I'm excited now because we know some of the international players and some of the players that MLC, Major League Cricket, might send to the warehouse to be part of the Ball and Play League with us, which is some fun guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get the American guys that are. There's like American players that are international, like Liam Plunkett and Corey Anderson, but they've been living in America but then or the true international. I have no idea who we're gonna get. Even the next cricket breakdown I didn't go as crazy, but it got 101 retweets.
Nice.
If it gets under 100 retweets, I kind of like, damn, that's my threshold of like, I did something wrong here.
Right.
Trey Turner got 1,000. It's crazy.
Damn.
Crazy. Anyway, yeah. So that's the change there. I guess should I look at the chat before we change and see if anyone has any questions about it?
Yeah. I've been somewhat watching, and there hasn't been too many questions.
Okay.
Gotta let Jimmy cook. True.
Yeah. And I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Feingold said, I read your article on Cracked and enjoyed it a lot. Thanks, Brian.
Just lots of corpse speak in here.
Corp speak. Corporate. Lou Dab, having my coffee and listening to Jim. Nice.
Lou's here, huh?
Lou's going to be a problem in Ball and Play League. Because he could fucking barrel the ball. Like a problem. Line drives are going to...
Super problem.
Lou, we got to get you out somehow. Line drives are going to be nuts.
Mm-hmm.
If you swing for like launch angle, like homers, you're going to not do well. Feo said enjoyed the interviewer's style on the Cracked article. Yeah, I mean, it was a very easy, nice conversation. What was the line he said about me that I made me laugh?
You said it yesterday in the office, this line. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Did he say you don't do something? You don't laugh?
Oh, wait, let me find it. Yeah, something about me not laughing. It was just like, he's just like doing the color on it. Top articles. Hey, it's the top article.
Nice.
On Cracked. Our audience is awesome. They always do that. Like when The Athletic did a piece on me and the company, it went to 1A. ESPN went to 1A, and they sent the alert out to everyone who had a phone. That was crazy. Laugh. Let me find laugh in the article. Okay, he said, during our conversation, he was exactly as he is in his videos, never straining for the joke, but nonetheless exuding a warm, friendly demeanor. He rarely laughed, but smiled a lot. I don't know the sentence structure there. It just made me laugh.
Tell him to be more funny.
Why? Why? Because that is how you would talk about a dead guy. Like, I know he's talking about our one conversation, but like, he rarely laughed, but he smiled a lot. I don't know what it means. It's just an observation.
I think it just says more. Obviously, like, we don't care, but I think it says more about him.
I'm not the biggest laugher. Like Nikki, Jake, they laugh.
No, I think your laughs are earned.
Oh, wow.
That's another dead guy thing.
Yeah, his laughs were earned.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got? With those numbers, are you interested in pursuing a more international audience? I don't know. Audience is good. You need like sales forces in other countries to do certain things, but views are good. And it's not like a main goal. It's like, let's go international, but
well, speaking on that,
finding new audience is a goal. So I guess
I accidentally sent a Slack last night.
To who?
Honest. Alethea.
Wow.
1:40 a.m. right before I fell asleep.
Oh my God.
I meant to schedule
she's
it.
on a different time zone.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know.
By an hour.
Well, I meant to schedule it because I think that you can do that.
Yes, you can.
But I got excited typing it out and just hit send. And then I followed up with, oh, my God, I really hope you didn't get a notification. So sorry.
We never did the emoji, the Slack emoji
we never
meeting.
had that meeting.
We ran out of time. But
yeah.
But like we saw companies that have it where there's like just an emoji where it just says like, basically what I always say when I text you guys is like, hey, you don't need to respond to this now. I'm just getting it out so I don't forget. This company we saw had just an emoji that represented that.
24 hours. It was like that.
Yeah. They had like 24 hours, end of day, and then it was just like when you can.
Yeah. Well, to make my comment not completely out of left field, what I did Slack her was asking to be a part of put the main channel on that bilingual or multilingual thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I watched a YouTuber that I normally watch talk about it last night, and he wants in, but YouTube has to let you in, and they've capped out at this point. So like they gave it to MrBeast. They gave it to like the really big ones. But this guy has 2 million and he wants it and hasn't gotten it. And he asked his YouTube rep, and they put him on the Q2 list. So when it hits Q2, a bunch of new people get in. So I asked Alethea, can you contact the YouTube rep and give us that option? Because I think it would be cool. I mean, the clothesline one, if we had somebody, so also update, you have to get somebody to we have to do the translation ourselves. So we'd need somebody to voice it. But the clothesline one in Spanish, I feel like would have done well.
Yeah. Joez. Have Joez voice it over.
Yeah. That's my thought was last night, was Joez voices it. But apparently, like, what that has done to MrBeast's main channel, obviously he was doing it on other channels, but that's what sent him from, like, 90 million to, like, now he's at, like, 110. Like, it was instant, like...
138.
So exactly what I mean.
That's crazy. Damn. We're the same name. Okay, cool. Let's get on that list.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
It would be... Lou Dab said Joez, LOL.
I'm for it.
That would be so funny. I would listen in Spanish first if Joez did it.
What's that Mitch Hedberg joke? Where's it? I'm for it. Fuck. You know Mitch Hedberg?
No.
Wow.
Lou also said MrBeast burgers are really good. You ever have one?
Wonder if his sons like him. Lou, your sons like MrBeast burgers and MrBeast a lot, or you? No, I've never had one. I'm for it. Nationwide. What the fuck is that Mitch Hedberg joke? You're gonna piss me off.
You can Google it, right? Ask. What was that thing that we talked about last time?
I don't know.
You would text a question in.
Oh, Cha-Cha? I found it. I think I found it. I need to rack my memory here. I'm playing it.
I order the club sandwich all the time, and I'm not even a member, man. I don't know how I get away with it. I like my sandwiches with 3 pieces of bread. So do I. Well, let's form a club there. Okay, but we need some more stipulations. Yes, we do. Instead of cutting the sandwich once, let's cut it again. Yes, 4 triangles. And we will position them into a circle. And in the middle, we will dump chips. Or potato salad. Okay. Let me ask you a question. How you feel about frilly toothpicks? I'm formed.
About what?
Well, this club is formed. Spread the word on menus nationwide.
Frilly toothpicks.
Toothpicks.
Yeah. How you feel about frilly toothpicks? I'm for them.
Nice.
That's a good joke. Mitch Hedberg's funny. Me and my little sister. That was when she was like a freshman in high school. I was a junior, and we would drive together, and we'd listen to a lot of his stand-up.
Nice.
He passed away, Matty.
John Panette was kind of the first comedian I listened to. He passed away. How about that?
Damn. Yeah. Form.
I guess I wouldn't have known what to call those things. Frilly toothpicks.
I don't know what you call them either. I mean, I don't know if that's the right word.
It's now the right word.
Let's form a club then. What was the next on our topic list? You had meetings. How'd they go?
They all went well.
You want to tell people what you did?
So, I did something where I felt like there would be value to having bi-weekly, meaning once every other week, check-ins with each editor, just making sure, first and foremost, that their workload feels appropriate. They're not going to sit there overstressed or on the flip, too bored over the next 2 weeks. So at this point, I kind of had in my head what they were doing, but when more spontaneous work comes in, it was harder to keep track. So now this allows us to have more of like a formal stand-up time to make sure that their 2 weeks are good. But then on top of that, up until that point, we really had no set time where we could talk about anything not editing. So like as their manager, I felt like it was smart to have the ability to like talk about career advancement and career goals, or
interests.
If they want to edit for Warehouse Games and they currently don't. Okay, good to know. I didn't know that before. And before having this dedicated time where, to be honest, I learned a lot that I did not know about people. It would be more so like somebody would have to like come up to me and like do it themselves, where now they just have 10 minutes and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And if the conversation is longer than 10 minutes, let's schedule something on the calendar to do that, but let's bring it up now. They went really well, and everybody seemed to really appreciate the idea and back it, so that was good.
Nice. Anyone have something where like I want to do this and I don't? I mean, you don't have to say who or what, but some people did.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're doing them bi-weekly or twice a month?
Well, it's the same word. Yes.
Yeah, no, that word stinks. And it comes into place so often.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good.
My Mondays from 9:20 to 11:30 is 14 meetings, something like that.
9:20 to 11:30?
Yeah.
It's a lot of meetings.
Or like 11:40 maybe, but yeah. I thought
just a carousel?
Yeah.
Posting up in that room.
Mm-hmm.
That's good though. That's the shit like that, we didn't have last year.
Yeah.
There's no sounding board for anyone because it was like too flat. It was like a flat line and then just like kind of me, Jake above it.
Yeah.
And then it got crazy. So awesome.
It was good.
All right. What else did we have? We're filming Codenames today.
Oh, yeah.
Another one. The first one comes out
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
They finished all of the edits. My job between today and Friday is to watch them all, and then next week is a final revisions, and then the following week release.
I know that Mike already set up the whole set, which looks great, and he told me some changes. We took the elevator down yesterday. By watching the edit, because I haven't seen any of the first round. Were there any production, like camera changes, or like, hey, we need this more, we don't need this more?
A mic on the clue givers, because initially we had the 4 lavs, and we just had a boom mic above them. Mm-hmm. But this time, which was feedback from this last Codenames, we have lavs for those
Awesome. Two. What about any notes for the hosts, for Jake and I? Do we need to stay more? We're pretty locked in, I guess. Do we have too many tangents?
No interviews. Don't do those.
Yeah, we're not doing the interviews afterwards. Yeah.
They don't even know that that's a thing.
Unless it's crazy, then we'll use them on social. But they're not going to be part of the main video.
Something that the chat doesn't know, because this is the secret club. there's power-ups this time.
Yeah, I'm excited for those.
So one of the power-ups, each team will draw a power-up to start the game, and it's a secret to the other team. One is like, knock a minute off the other team's time. They have 3 minutes now. You have 2.
You think Sam's here right now?
Yeah.
Because you just made me think of something I should ask her for. Maybe she's already got it.
Maybe Sam?
Sam?
Yep. Let me change this camera.
On morning, Matty is explaining the power-ups that we added, and he made me think that could you, if you haven't, print out a list of all of them on one piece of paper so Jake and I can know what they're doing or know what they are?
Okay, see you, Sam.
Sam's gone. You didn't change the camera in time?
I thought she was going to sit over there.
No, it was a quick question.
Yeah, it was a quick.
But for Jake and I don't remember all of them like word for word. But some are like you take a minute off the clock or a blind. That's
a blind,
fun.
Yeah.
So and we have
like 9 or 10 of them.
We have guests coming to the office.
Big guests.
Some that
one unfortunately got sick. So that stinks,
but there's 3 teams. Well, yeah, that team now doesn't have one. Mm-hmm. That was Lovia's. There's 2 teams. Danny LaPriori's coming back, right? No, I thought he was on that team.
I don't. I just know the captain of that team, so I don't know. Maybe.
I thought he was.
To be honest, I don't know the other 2 people that are on that person's team, if I'm just being honest.
Okay. And then, but people that might not be familiar with the company, which is always interesting. Like Lawrence the Man came to the first one. That's still got to come out. Oh, Matty, that's sad.
How close?
He's got his headphones on, which you got to spin the other way and use your left hand.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his headphones on and...
Ask Sam.
Sam, we have another question for you. I have another question for you. Okay. Do you want her to come in and talk on mic?
No.
Oh.
You can talk into this mic.
You're talking to Matty's mic. Can you tell the secret club of morning people some of the guests we have coming today?
Oh, yeah. We have Joe Santagato and Frank Alvarez.
Yeah.
And Danny LaPriori.
Yeah, so he is on that team. Yeah.
Yes,
nice.
Danny's coming back, switching teams. And then a group of like New York City YouTube influencers, like 20-somethings, Brooke Michio, Kaity Bellotti, and Adam.
Is this just an Italian fest today? I mean, I know the one other that was really helping the Italian fest got sick.
Brooke Michio loves Nikki. Her dad loves Nikki, right?
Yeah. Like
all Italian dads
December,
love Nikki.
Brooke just so happened to post a story of her dad like finding Nikki Cass and just laughing at his phone, and now Nikki, she'll meet Nikki.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for like to see the vibe of when people come that aren't familiar with us.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they're that familiar with us at all. No. Yeah. All right. Okay. I gotta let them know. Hey, don't stink, because Jake and I gotta talk trash back there. That's our job. So I'll be high all day. Could you tell I was really high during the first Codenames in the commentary?
No.
No?
No.
All right, cool. There's
Also,
moments, because I took a bigger gummy than I thought, and there's moments in the semifinal game
I haven't watched it.
Oh.
I
Who
saw the first
edited
3.
them?
Dre and Dan.
Oh, that's Dre. Because nearing the end, there was times where I was like, fuck, Jim. Like, focus.
Yeah.
You're fucking dizzy right now.
The other feedback, which I think works, is that you and Jake will have the same view as the clue givers. So we don't have to do that bull crap, turn this, that,
Where like I was giving away stuff with my face?
No. The cards, I have to like flip it.
Oh, yeah, that was confusing.
Yeah, so that should be.
But we can't see the clue giver's face then?
No, the camera spin. It's the same position of the people.
Oh.
The cards and camera spun around.
Hell yeah. All right, cool.
That's something to chew on.
Yeah, that's fun. Shit. This carpet.
Yeah, that's the worst seat in this whole office, if I'm being honest.
Fucking, because I think so many people. God damn it! Did it again. I don't like carpets like that. In the Bronx office, did you ever go in that tiny little studio that me and Jake would spend all day in?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I ever sat in one of those chairs.
Well, the carpet was just like this,
Yeah,
but I
terrible.
took scissors and cut the carpet so it was just under the table, and my
Yeah.
chair never had to do what I just did, where like I have to lift it up to roll on it and shit. You roll off it and you can't roll back on it. I'm a mover.
Do you want to? This person doesn't intend this to be funny, but just knowing what they're asking, it's funny. The reorg has me thinking. Ever think about having other people at the company come on your show, your sister, etc.? That's funny because Courtney has a no camera policy.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't put her on camera.
Yeah. She has a no fun policy.
Let's
No, she's
have.
fun. Yeah. Well, we had Trev on. I like having Nikki on. Nikki on. I have a poem we're gonna do on him next time he's free. That's just happenstance. If we're recording, he's around. But
Also,
yeah.
could be. He has a meeting, right?
Yeah, he can't be today. I texted him. Yeah, we have to. Should have more people on this show when it becomes a little more regular and scheduled and all that, and then like have to have questions prepared or like conversations that are kind of a little easier.
Trev beat Boone.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him. I thought Boone would beat him because we shared that on like Talking Yanks and shit.
Yep.
That is good that those episodes did well. I mean, they had like pretty easy hooks and titles tied to it.
I changed the title of the last one to see if it would increase views.
Did it?
I did it
Jolly does
yesterday
that. Like
morning.
changes the. Some people do. They change the title and the thumbnail like every week or so, right?
I did it, yeah.
Netflix does it.
They do, yeah. I did it yesterday morning, and I don't think it spiked up, but I just didn't know how many people were familiar with the name Ludwig, which was like the main hook of the last one.
Yeah.
So,
And sometimes like we didn't talk about that a lot.
no.
But if you have the timestamp, I don't think it's incredibly clickbaity.
No, that's what I try. Like,
I saw someone say that about the truth. Truth. I never called him that. Trevor Plouffe. Truth. I saw someone say that about like, you know, the title is Trevor Plouffe on why he joined Jomboy Media. And someone was like, you talk about this for 5 seconds or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, as long as you timestamp it so they can click right to what, like we did talk about it.
yeah.
So there's a balance there because I don't want people to feel that way.
No, yeah, definitely not. I mean, it's really tough because we have a hour-long show where we talk about 15 things. I mean, every title would just be Jomboy talks about Jomboy Media. So
yeah, I wonder if we go to once a week and like have like kind of like topics planned or guests planned, like if we can get closer to that number we're seeing there, like, you know, the closer to the 10,000 on this show, because that would be nice.
I mean, with it's not a huge increase, but with the podcast listens, both of those are 10K, check.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Courtney and I had a conversation today about selling warehouse games, and she's asking someone about strategy and advice on this whole thing. And I thought that the people that like the really behind the scenes business side of us and kind of like obstacles or pain points or just like the thinking behind it would find it interesting. We were talking on the train this morning, and let me find it. So, warehouse games isn't the easiest sell because it's a different sell than what we currently do right now, where like you can buy however many episodes you want at a time, and you can get them a week out, 2 weeks out, blah, blah. There's like, you know, Talkin Baseball has 3 slots or 4 slots 3 times a week, so 12 slots, whatever. So Courtney put together in the sales team, and my brother Luke helps like build the packages about this, because for the warehouse games, like we just filmed 17 episodes, and we filmed those 17 episodes in March, and it gets released in May. So that just, you know, to have to spend on something in Q1 that doesn't get released to Q2, and the release is so long, and to not be able to test 1 to 5 episodes and just get all 17 in one spend is just kind of different than the advertisers that we've worked with. I'm sure there's advertisers out there that would like it. and like then like how to package all the branding you get and all this and that. That's kind of like the pain points of it. Let's see what else Corny had. Right now, a lot of our advertisers really look for ROI, so return, not just impressions. So like, did people actually use the code? Did they actually go support? Sometimes they track just even if you go to the website, again, the link. If you don't have to convert. If you just did people go check you out and like see? Because then maybe you're in their memory for later.
For the sponsor of Blitzball 3,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go use it because there's a special thing coming with it.
Oh, yeah. Can we
is
say
all
that?
secret.
I think I don't know.
I don't know. I would leave that to you. I left it open.
Oh. Shady Rays.
Alethea said, haha, I was dead asleep. Don't worry.
Nice. Let's see. 2 was the committing to that many videos up front. And then 3 was so much time between when the video gets recorded and when the content's released. And then for Ball and Play League, they're trying to sell it now. They just had an advertiser reach and say, like, we're interested, but we film Ball and Play April 20th. It gets released in June. So they're like, we're interested in the June release, but we're not going to be able to commit until May on this, which means if we want to do it where we have Rosie in the booth, like say the ads in live time, which I always like better. Baked in is, I think, more natural. Then you have to get companies that will commit earlier, but it's really hard to get them to commit so much earlier, but it takes a while to edit it. So that's like conundrum. So I told Corny today, I said, hey, because we did this before, like people that watched the first one inning league, the Muggsy ads, we did that. It was a bit of a hassle on our end. And we're like, fuck, if we could not do this again, that would be great. And now I'm at the point where, all right, if we have to do that where we record the ads a month after we film everything, as long as we're mentally prepped for that, and in the pre-production we build a slot, like during this time, we're going to have a green screen ad run.
Yep.
And then the green screen ad is creative, like we did for the Muggsy's ad, or even when I put myself on the strike zone glass, and it's part of the scenery, not just a straight up commercial. I'm in. We just have to prep for that. And the Ball and Play leagues and like Blitzball Battle 3 are long games. They're 40 minutes long. Like you can fit 2 1-minute ads in those.
Definite.
Which is, I know Courtney did a whole presentation with the whole producers and editors about how compared to companies that are like us and do what we do like 20% of the ads that they do, which is like not good for chasing revenue.
Yeah.
Was the reaction to that adverse by everyone?
Everybody was like, oh,
like, oh, fuck, we have to do more? Or, we don't do enough? Or both?
That's like the same.
Like a pill you have to swallow? Yeah.
Nobody was like, well, I mean, it's just the producers. So
no.
It's not the hosts.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people.
It's
seem to be
eye-opening when you
okay
see the
with it.
comparison.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, listening to some of those, I know that we're low, but.
Yeah. Because I've always been adverse to doing too many ads.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like a slow, nope, just this many per this many minutes, and like we're way under the norm in the industry. Way.
Yeah.
So I told Courtney that we can tackle. Like we can just, as long as we put it on the calendar, like for Ball and Play League, how many in-house talent are playing? 12.
Yeah.
And there's 11 games.
Yeah.
So if we want to do the ads in a creative way where, like, you know, you can entertain while doing them, like we can make every player do their version of the read. And we're going to have a giant camera on the ceiling. And I was like, what if during warm-ups we do projection on the floor? So now the whole entire floor, you know, at hockey games, they do the whole entire floor is this. Like the whole entire floor is the commercial, but people are practicing and having a catch over it. So it's like baked in a way. But we just have to prep for that. Like make sure we get 20 minutes of like warm-up and people having a cat, 20 minutes, like, you know, 60 seconds. So we don't have to slow-mo it or like find it like literally, you know, whoever's directing the shoot is like, all right, have a catch for 60 seconds, like TV timeout, just strategy. Don't say anything we need on mics.
Yep.
Don't do any play-by-play, but we need like 6 seconds of walking around, having a catch, warming up. If we prep for it, we can do it.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is if we're looking to sell 2, we have 2 natural breaks in every game, at least 2, if not 3. So
yeah, and at worst, that's what I told Courtney. I said, this is like, as head of content or whatever, CCO, whatever the stupid fucking title I have is, said, because I'm sick of being like, I'm sick of myself being so hesitant to sell ads when we need, that's the whole company is like, you have to survive and to hire more people and to do more shit. We need things to make revenue. Otherwise, we're just doing what we're doing. So I said, I said, if we do the content right and the ads right, the worst that happens is some of the audience skips them, but doesn't like come, because you can see right now that some people do hit the 15-second skip, but they don't leave. We're not losing. There's that canyon, but it comes as the ads there. So say you're at 65% retention rate before the ad, you can see it dip down to maybe 50 or 50 or 55. But if it dips back up to 60, then or 64 or 65, like a lot of times we're back up right the same. Then there's no real harm there. We do work with a lot of advertisers that are looking at return. So you want them to not skip it and listen to what you're saying. So that's where like the Mugsies, we did a really good job. Like every ad was something different. So it became a game of like, ooh, what's this one? Mm-hmm. Which took a while, but I think we can do versions of that are lighter lift. We just have to mentally accept it before the shoot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you agree that like, if we just say, yeah, of course, like let's work to sell this. Like we're trying to build these franchise series, so it's in our best interest to get advertisers on them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, at this point, the ad has been more or less like the afterthought, but if we're just cognizant of it going in, we have plenty of time to do it.
And then even like the editors, they just leave it blank. Like what they did for one inning, and then you inserted them. We'll find another editor because it's a different brain set. Mm-hmm. I would just leave that 60 seconds break, and then we can sell it. And then if we don't sell it, we'll plug our own shit. Yeah. If people just want to buy 2 games, then and the game 3 doesn't have a ad on it, then we'll say like, I can sit down in front of the green screen and say, hey, hope you guys are enjoying this. Just to let you know, floorball's coming up.
And buy this shirt.
And listen to this, and we'll just do our own. So I think for the audience, if you just have it baked in, like this is where they're going to do an ad, they'll accept it more. Which is what I did on breakdowns. In the first years when I did them, if I didn't have a company, I would just plug something else. Mm-hmm. So people kind of were like, oh yeah, well, I one time I did like, this is brought to you by my friend Jake who dances. And then I said, oh, it's brought to you by Jake. He's a good dancer. Go follow him. I just did We Got Ice on a video like 2 days ago. I got to do that more. Sometimes I think sometimes the quick exit is good. Like the Shohei one I did last night was like a freeze frame ending that I thought was funny.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing was funny.
Oh, thanks.
The end. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Matty. Wow. Wow. So yeah, that was a conversation we're having about selling those, and Courtney's she's asking someone for like, that's been in the industry and done this, like how to package them and any ideas. So I'm actually very excited after we film Codenames to go chat with Court about that and how it goes and anything we've learned.
Yep.
Kaity made cupcakes last night.
Nice.
I was texting Jake this, and smelled up the whole house.
Yep.
And then told me I wasn't allowed to eat any.
That's funny.
And was serious.
Yeah.
I said, you didn't like have one extra?
Yeah,
She's like, no, I frosted all of them like very nicely. It's our nephew's birthday.
Right.
And there was 2 tubs. And I said, is he bringing them to his classroom? She's like, no, they're for him. I was like, he doesn't need 15 cupcakes. And I'm sitting here smelling them. And I'd like one. And then I said, when you go to sleep, I'm going to eat one of these cupcakes. I got to know that that's like okay.
Right.
And eventually she said, just only have one. And I was like, yeah. So I had one. But isn't that crazy? You can't like smell the whole house with cupcake. And then she comes and goes, look how good they look, because she frosted them and stuff. And then I was like, all right, let me have one. She's like, no, you can't.
Right.
What?
It is wild.
It's illegal. Anything else that I put on the list that we didn't talk about?
No, the list is good. Alethea asked for the multilingual. Is there any other channels we want to add besides Maine?
Well, I don't know if YouTube will accept other channels. I
feel like we just start with like Maine. I could see us. Okay, if we get it, let's actually try it.
Yeah, because they're shorter videos. Like what? Do Talkin baseball and they do the whole episode? That's nuts.
I'm just gonna say let's start with Maine.
Yeah.
It's also less of an ask of YouTube, so maybe they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, we can do that."
Let's see. Need to sell the naming rights to warehouse games like Blue Moon Warehouse. We've tried a lot of that. We're not in that realm yet. Like everyone just wants views and ROI.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd love to keep the views going up to get it to that area. But yeah, we're not there. Although we have talked with one company about a deal like that for like the replay center and stuff. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Why not film the real ads live for free and then close the deal after to keep the Risset reads? I don't know. To keep the rosy reads. And then close the deal after to keep the rosy reads. Well, we don't know the company or what they are. Like certain companies have seasonal offers.
Mm-hmm.
And June is a lot of Father's Day stuff. So, like, we don't know. We wouldn't be able to do that. The only way you would do that if Rosie was like, and this was brought to you by, or like blank, and like then we just like ad-lib his voice afterwards. And they're you know, so it'd be really tough. Does having fewer ads make your value to those companies more valuable, like more exclusivity? No, it just makes us dumb.
It would be
Makes us stubborn for no real cause. Yeah.
It would be funny if Rosie did that and he like went into the ad, and then like Peter's standing next to him reacting the whole time, but he's not moving his mouth.
Yeah.
And then later we put the mouth.
Yeah, what if we had both of them? Just kind of closed lips.
Mm-hmm. And then we put the
bobbing,
mouths.
and then we record them in green screen, but that's funny. We should do that somewhere.
It's funny.
It's pretty good. I feel like I've done that. I've done that on YouTube on a person. Like obviously, I do that all the time. Someone on Twitter was... Because I posted the Trey Turner and someone said, do the PSL championship game. And I said, I will. The crickets are a little heavier. We talked about this. You asked me about the start of the show. I said, the crickets are a little harder of an edit because I have to put my face in there and like be more delicate. And someone responded, you don't have to put your face in there. And it was kind of a not good, insightful convo because like, why would they understand that aspect of it? I'm gonna see if I can find it. And they were like kind of open to me explaining it. They said, you don't have to edit with your face on it. You really don't. And I said, I do, or it gets taken down. And then he said, oh, no kidding. Honestly, I thought it was just you being very weird, which sometimes it is. Sometimes it's so people will watch the ad. Like when we were doing like longer reads at the end and you need the return, I was this will keep their interest. Like as soon as I always say you need to have people's eyes and ears. If you lose one, you lose both. Mm-hmm. Like Smoltzy lost my ears, and then I found myself not paying attention to the pitches, and I was like, oh boy. But so like the first time we did Shady Rays, I put like my face on Yachty's face with sunglasses over, and it looked really good. It did so well. The watch time was like awesome on the ads because people were like, what's going on here? So like sometimes it's not just to do it. It takes a long time. Sometimes they take longer than or just as long as the thing. So it's not just to put my face there. I'd love it when I don't have to, like the Ohtani one last night. And then he said, like, I have to admit, placing one's face in creative and borderline creepy ways is an odd workaround from copyright infringement. They're all fair use. and we stand by that, and our legal team stands by that. But YouTube's algorithm for claiming doesn't care about actual that. But he said, I really thought it was just weird, egotistical thing that he does. Didn't cross my mind. It's a workaround. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to not really have to do it. Mm-hmm. It takes way longer. But it's funny. You never, people don't know what you don't tell them, but it's funny that people just like didn't realize there's strategy behind that.
There's a reason.
Yeah. There's a reason. Yeah. Like the cricket ones, I do like the 2 boxes, and then I do like a box with my face on the box, and then every 7 seconds it changes. I can't do 7 seconds. Other ones aren't as bad, but like they're like, that's like kind of the law. Like I have a red adjustment layer that's 7 seconds long, and I just slide it across every time a new clip and make sure I'm at a new clip or a new format. So, okay, I showed the full thing big. Now let's show it in the 2 columns. I did one video. I did not post this video, and I don't think I have it anymore. But I was flying to St. Lucia for Jake's wedding, and the only video I had was this cricket game from the Women's World Cup. And I was testing out this new format, and I was like, oh shit, this is like the you know how like limits birth more creativity, whatever that saying is. It was really cool to take a replay, and I was like doing the split screen and showing it from one side and then the other side at the same time, and then it merged to the full screen. It was cool. I did like one shot like that in the PSL. I was like, oh man, it took forever. It took way too long, but it is a really cool like storytelling technique.
If you use less than 7 seconds on the full screen, no face cam, that gets snagged?
No.
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
No.
Did I say it wrong?
No. You said you put all that, plus you never do longer than 7 seconds.
Yeah.
In theory, you should be able to just do less than 7 seconds without all the extras, I think.
Oh, no. I still go.
It still gets it?
Yeah. So the way it works is each company, like even us, every YouTube account, you can go to the back end of YouTube and go to copyright, and basically like it's a lever that you put of like, when we find someone uses your footage, what do you want to do? Mm-hmm. And you choose as like a league or a company, and the cricket companies are like, fucking destroy them.
Yeah.
That's what they choose. And they're like, do you want to check for how many minutes is too many? And like you can choose that. And they're like, the fucking least amount possible. Mm-hmm. So it's bullshit because it's totally fair use.
Yeah.
It's talking over everything. I'm critiquing it, explaining it, reviewing it. My face is, even when my face isn't on there, it's still transforming it into a whole new thing. It doesn't replace the game. Like we've done this with lawyers and all. It's like it's totally fair use, but you're not going to win that battle with just like a fucking algorithm. So yeah, they have it. They have it on like the hardest setting. Mm-hmm. Other leagues have it on much lighter settings, and we're like, 30 seconds, but we're just gonna like claim it. We're not gonna like fuck your channel up. And then but it's like a lever that you get to choose. Because like people repost our videos or people do reaction videos to our videos, but we have pretty lenient. Like thanks for passing it on. Mm-hmm. I think we just have like it can't be the same video.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's how that works. Cool. All right, we got to go. We got to do Codenames.
About a half an hour.
Yeah. My ear. Something just happened. I think I had earwax like fall out my ear or something.
Oh, it wasn't even. How was your thing yesterday?
My tooth is finally fixed. 3 endodontist visits later, I have the full permanent cap in there. I had to go at 5:00, so I missed dinner. Didn't get to see James. I hate that. And then I got to see him for like 10 seconds this morning. I got him out of his crib and left. So I have to be home for dinner before he falls asleep today. Otherwise, I'll be really, really sad. Puts me in a really, really bad mood. But, and the car, someone asked about the car in the chat. I still have to swap in my Honda, but we got Kaity a car, and then I have her car for now. That is also a lease. And I got a car in the garage that isn't registered right now, and I need to swap it in. You get a car broker. You know those exist. They just do all the annoying shit for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the endodontist did say I should go in for a cleaning, so I have an appointment in 2 weeks. And it wasn't like an upsell. Like, yeah, I should. I haven't had insurance for a while in my adult life, and like I haven't had a regular cleaning in a while. So I'm like, yeah, I should. You're right. We're getting along so well. So yeah, it's good. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate you. Love you. This was for not having a guest or a big boon announcement, just stellar episode of the morning meeting. Build in JM. And if you agree, subscribe to the channel, leave a review on the podcast app, share and tell your friends, or don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about sharing or telling your friends yet. But I just want you personally, if you enjoyed it, I do care if you subscribe and support because that helps us. And I feel like we're having good convos. This was a good one, Matty. For the people that like the business side and the other side, I was transparent. Let you guys know how it works, what we're struggling with, what we need to get better at. Great stuff. Good job, me.